everyone, I'm Shalia Frederick.
And I'm Michael Elliott. It's great to have you back with us for another episode of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment Bridges television program.
This week, we're in one of two landlocked parishes in our beautiful island, in a space where members of the immediate and surrounding communities meet and engage in various activities. Can you guess where we are? We're in the parish of St. George, Drax Hall, St. George to be precise.
And this week, we'll be bringing you up to date on events and activities facilitated by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment. Stay with us. When we come back, we will check out a classy culinary wrap-up, a powerful huddle with national sporting leaders, and a tech-forward launch that's pushing the potential of youth even further. Welcome back. Recently, participants in the BCC's Jean and Norma Holder Hospitality Institute's Basic Trade Cookery and Food and Beverage programs wrapped up their 12-week training with a cocktail-style reception on Saturday, May 31st, 2025. This program was specifically facilitated for registered participants in the Block Transformation Unit's Project Dawn initiative.
Did stations, so each canopy we had a station, so everyone was paired in twos, and we did our preparation, our frying, our cooking, but we did everything organized. So we prep, then we gather our sauces, and then we fried. So all of us fried together, separate pots, and everything we did in order.
The reception, which presented a delightful and delectable showcase of the learned skills from the kitchen, complements the basic trade cookery class to the palates of the guests, served with precision and flair by the food and beverage team. Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment Charles Griffith congratulated the graduating group whilst lauding the Barbados Community College's program and excellent teaching staff.
I'm fully aware of the type of training that they will receive here at Marine, because this is probably the best, if not the best, training institution for hospitality in the Caribbean. Staff are highly trained and highly motivated, and I want to thank you, sir, for your tutors and you imparting the type of skill sets that we will see this evening coming from the students. I'm really pleased. I'm seeing them assembling at this point in time. And I want to say to you who are here this evening that we need for you to be ambassadors for Project Dawn. One of the best ways for you to impact is to make this boomerang. And by that I mean when you go back into the communities where you're living, to share with your peers what happened here at Marine in terms of your training journey. I love the look, it is professional right through, and I hope that you continue to do that. We will do everything that is necessary to support you. You have a certificate now that is weighted. If it is a case where you want to go into self-employment in terms of starting your own business, then government would have made funds available for you to do that. Like I mentioned, if it's the case that you want to use the qualification that you receive here as an entry-level qualification into the hotel sector, then you have done yourself proud. And I want those who are here to please congratulate them by giving them a round of applause.
Tutors Sherry Morris, Chef Instructor, Basic Trade and Cookery Program, and Nicole Craig, Instructor, Food and Beverage Program, share their views on the program and progress of the students.
It has been a ride. The students are very receptive to the teaching. They didn't have a background in food and beverage, so it was very new. They asked a lot of questions. We did maybe about 4 practical classes and about 3 theories, but the practical classes were very extensive.
So we start off with the basic knife cuts and things like that, which is a very important foundational element of cooking. Then we go into soups, we go into breakfast cookery, then sandwich making, then we go into hors d'oeuvres and canapes, baking and pastry, and then after that we then go into entree cooking, which will be preparing your own main course dish, right? Which will comprise of a starch, a protein, a sauce, a veg, and a garnish. And then we go from fish cookery, chicken or poultry cookery, and then meat cookery, and then we end off with the exams, theory and practical.
We did an introduction to food and beverage. We did laying up of tables, folding of napkins, the polishing of cutlery. We did different types of menus, different types of food and beverage establishments, different service methods. Yeah, that's basically it. We did maybe 2 classes of the beverage aspect, like tea and coffee and soft drinks and stuff like that. They didn't do any hard liquor. Some of them want to go on to do like part-time 3-year in food and beverage, in hotel management. There are a couple of them who are raring and ready to go because they've taken in a lot and they're very excited about it.
The hospitality program at the Junior Normal Holder Institute Hotel Pomeranian catered to young men and women ages 16 to 35 who traverse the blocks and communities across Barbados. We run this program because we recognize the influence of hotel and villas that are going up, and restaurants that are going up across the island. So we want to better equip persons and give them a wider scope as it relates to employment within the island. It is an important component of the block transformation unit because not everyone wants to get involved in the construction industry. Persons are interested in work within the hotel sector, in tourism sector. So hence, bartending, food and beverage, international cuisine, cooking, housekeeping, homemakers, those programs are programs that offer an avenue for employment for these young people.
I was a waiter for a little bit, so I wanted to try something in the kitchen. And I heard about the project over at Sky Mall, Dawn Project, Project Dawn. I heard about that, and basically when I went to sign up to try different stuff, Marcus told me that he has a spot available for basic trade cookery, so I was like, well, I already have a history in food nutrition. I might as well just go in the kitchen and try something new.
Project Dawn continues to provide skills, confidence, and new pathways, one initiative at a time.
Next, it was all strategy and vision at a National Sportive Federations meeting held at the Ministry's office at Sky Mall. Minister Griffith challenged federations to raise the game by strengthening coaching, identifying talent early, and being hands-on with performance standards. A key highlight, a presentation on a new sports tracking app coming soon to boost transparency and progress in national sports.
One of the things I figured that we need on the island is an app that you can sit down home and at any point in time, it will say to you where there's an event happening on the island that is probably of significance. This app is one that will cover all the sports in terms of the events that happen on the island. So I'm going to need your assistance as the NFs to feed information into my officers.
What we want to do is we want to create an application that allows all of these sporting events to have their interface where you can see games that are being played live, games that are upcoming, and then we can also have historical data on here for games that would have been played before. This helps with allowing us to have analytics, whether that being on individual clubs, individual associations, or players themselves. The upcoming matches on here will tie into the calendar as mentioned, and additional to that as well would be the ticketing aspect as well that we are looking at with the software too.
With the age of growing technology, nobody wants to go in person and buy tickets anymore. That's where you got growing websites like Ticket Links, or in the States we have other big ticketing companies. So with that being said, why not create one for sports? Nobody wants to go in to buy, you got the hubs where you could go and buy tickets. No one really does that anymore. So we created one permit, name can change, for the ticketing events.
It's a new direction of CBC where they're going to have multiple channels, and I think they want to dedicate one whole to sports. And with that direction, with that, you can now see all sports, having a team go out and shoot live sports every day, and we see local stars, and you get more involvement within the sports and everything else like that. So we think this will complement that aspect of it.
Why do we need the sport app? We need it for all of these reasons. It's about cultural identity and national pride. It's about sporting athletes and organizations. The sporting app might give you an opportunity to highlight a particular athlete, to shine a light on your particular sport, especially when you have a competition coming up. It's also going to give you real-time updates and notifications. Everybody that's into football know that you're on your phone constantly looking to see what's happening in the match. When the Olympics or athletics is happening, you're doing the same thing. It can boost tourism and also then impact on the local economy. Why can it boost the local economy? Because someone is going to come and set up to pop some popcorn, maybe sell some drinks, maybe even the association itself, the federation itself. As well as I said, if I'm thinking of coming to Barbados, I want to know what's happening. Maybe I'm into gymnastics, maybe I'm into netball, maybe I'm into basketball, maybe I'm into running. I want to know, and I want to plan my trip around that. So it's a boost to our tourism numbers as well. And how will we get there? We'll get there because we need information. That's why you're here. We need information from you so that we can feed it into the app, because it's not just a calendar. We want an app that you can download using your Android phone or your Apple device. We want it to be able to be a personalized experience, so you can cater the app to the things that you're looking at, the things that is your interest. We want to know, when is there going to be athletics happening? We want to know, when is there going to be Special Olympics, Paralympics? We want to know when the triathletes are going to have a competition. We want to know what's happening. That means that the only way that we can get that is if we have conversations with you. Today starts the conversation.
One of the main reasons why I convened this meeting is that I don't believe that I have all the answers for sport. I know where I want to take it, but you're the ones who are managing it at that level, and I need to hear from you.
Concerns raised included access and improvements to the Wildy Gymnasium. Minister Griffith reassured the federations that improvements were slated, including a relayed floor.
I understand what is being said about the gymnasium floor. Netball had a tournament last year, and the then president said to me, we have a 3-test, tournament, and we're playing it at Waterford's. And I said, it's madness, because if we're bringing people here and they have the gymnasium, then the games must be played there. So I understand what is being said about the floor. Sometime in September, I believe we're pulling the current floor. And we're putting down a new floor with a roller to cover it when it is not being used. I've asked the Sports Council to buy some additional backboards for redundancy, because if there's an international tournament here and somebody dunk and crack the rim, it finished. The whole tournament done, because we don't have any replacement. So I've asked them for 2 additional ones for redundancy so that we can take care of that. And not only 2, but to the international standards with the shot clocks and everything on the backboard. So I understand what you're saying.
It was an engaging exercise in which Minister Griffith reaffirmed his commitment to emphasizing that sports development is a partnership and everyone has a role to play in moving Barbados forward.
No credit, no data, no Wi-Fi, no problem. The Community Development Department has you covered. With free wireless internet access at community centers across the island. The Community Development Department, serving our communities.
It was energy, inspiration, and purpose at the National Transformation Initiative AI program launch with the Barbados Youth Advanced Score Cohort 7 on Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. The hybrid 13-week training, blending online learning with in-person life and technical skills, got off to a spirited start at the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Community Empowerment's training room. Melissa Nurse Herbert, BYAC Senior Program Officer, set the tone for the day, reminding the trainees that commitment is key to growth.
This afternoon, we would have gone through our orientation session for the trainees who are enrolled in the Technical and Vocational Training Program for the Barbados Youth Advanced Score. We are partnering with the National Transformation Initiative for our 5th year to have a program for our young persons, a bridge really to get them ready for their technical and vocational pursuits, whether that is at the Samuel Chapman Prescott Institute of Technology, the Barbados Community College, BIMAP, TVET, whichever their journey will take them. We're preparing them through this program to get them ready for that. And our partnership with NTI is not one we take lightly, but certainly one in which we envision will continue to be fruitful and engage with our trainees in a way that they certainly can see the benefit of participating.
To build on the momentum, The Honorable Alison Leacock, Director of the NTI, delivered inspiring words of encouragement.
Your background does not limit where you go. I'm going to repeat that. Your background does not limit your future. It is your launching pad. You can leverage that and you can break that down into opportunities for yourself. So let me wrap up with 3 reminders. The first truth to remember: curiosity is your superpower. We don't ever know everything. There's always something else to learn. Keep your curiosity. Ask questions. Click around. Break the system safely. Because you're living in an AI era where creativity, empathy, and real skills matter. Real skills. Refine your skills, discover yours, and make it work for you. And it goes beyond memorizing facts. That's what our traditional educational system told us, made us right. But we at NTI believe differently. We believe that each of us learns differently. So yeah, you may not be able to remember the facts in the exam room like the next person, but you have skills they don't have. So maximize those skills. Use every single L that you have to lift you up. And so, the second point that I want you to remember. It's a second truth that you can fail. AG calls it not failing.
Not a failure.
You're not a failure.
Not a failure.
A failure. We all have to fail. All of the great people we know who discovered magnificent global phenomena, you know how many times they failed before they got it right? So that's part of it. So don't feel crushed when you fail. And don't let anybody think you are a failure because you didn't get it right that time. Fail loudly, learn from your failings. It's not the enemy. Your biggest enemy is your fear of failing. When you fail, use it as a lesson to learn where you can step up and learn more. And the only real fail is the one that you don't learn from. You don't learn when you fail. That's the failure. So fall or fall forward. Fall forward, make noise, and show anyway. And the final point I want to share with you is purpose. That's the thing that keeps you glowing.
Several engagement methods were used throughout the launch and orientation session, including a presentation by athlete Nikolai Bennett Clark, who urged them to own their space and build a mindset of intentional growth. An engaging literacy session that highlighted the importance of communication, critical thinking, and community contribution by Mrs. Alison Murray, CEO of Hennigan Academy, and a powerful original performance by Sam Sounds that dealt with any doubts about participation with a track called Paradigm Shift.
As they learn a bit more about work-life skills, we're expanding the definition of literacy with them and highlighting how important soft skills like adaptability, critical thinking, how all of these will serve them as they engage with life past the BYAC experience. And it gives them the confidence to be able to navigate really the idea of what literacy is. Reading, writing, digital literacy, media literacy, and just having those work-life skills that can serve them as they make their way through.
Fantasies, got the party next to jump. Hope 10 years down and decide where you plan to be. Cause you can get anything you want, but first and foremost, pause. You must believe no you've got a misconception that things in life what they cannot then can't achieve. I observe that the ghetto lifestyle is a force with a pull that can rival gravity. Poverty is a state of mind. If you change your perspective, maybe then you can see opportunities, possibilities, and that we got there is no place for a human being. This is no paradise run by parasites. People break our lives. We need a paradigm shift in a world where we're dying quick. We need a paradigm shift, and this is no paradise. Need a paradigm shift. We're barely surviving. Second verse. The system set up for certain people to suffer. Then want me to sit and submit to the gutter. Succumb to the snare and shoot up one another. Surrender to fear and give up. Oh my brother, Dr. Tired of these statistics. The system ain't no kiss here. Drugs and guns go down, maybe still. Youths open up your ears. We're living in a serious time. People have to protest just to breathe. Get the youths get killed every day like a regular. And so them call it casualties. Everybody wanna live by the gun and it looking like love gone obsolete. But this is no paradise run by parasites. People bring from lies. We need a paradigm shift in a world where we're dying quick. We need a paradigm shift. And this is no paradise. Need a paradigm shift. We're barely surviving, and we should be thriving. Sing with me, remember. We need a paradigm shift in a world where we're dying quick. We need a paradigm shift, and this is no paradise. Paradigm shift. We're barely surviving, and we should be thriving. Yeah, know you can belong, and know you can belong. I 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 know you can be down. I know you can be down. I know you can be rock. I know you can better slip, but can I build a future? I think you just want me fantasy. Yeah. And it's never too late or too bad to transform. Yeah? So don't ever feel like if you're down and out, anything you want, 1% better, working towards it all the time. Thank you very much.
The orientation today was, I believe, very well thought through. I like the way how it was very interactive with the orientation, because it made the children feel like if there was something like to talk about or they want to bring out their ideas and so on.
The launch wrapped up with trainees exploring the digital tools that will power their learning over the next 13 weeks. Big things ahead for Cohort 7. A special thanks to our NTI partner.
The stage is almost set. The winners of the National Youth Awards 2025 will be announced on Sunday, June 15th at the Frank Collins Hall. I am so excited to see who will take home those awards. But honestly, every single nominee is already a winner because you have been acknowledged by being nominated. Your work has been seen and noted. Thank you for giving to your cause and the development of people, community, and our nation. Thank you also to all nominators. You stepped up and shouted your support to the youth development publicly, celebrating the positive work of young people and youth organizations through your nominations. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The National Youth Awards 2025 will shine a light on Barbados youth and their organizations who are leading in purpose, passion, and innovation.
We're getting closer to recognizing the incredible stories and accomplishments of our youth at the National Youth Awards.
We are proud to showcase and honor the achievements of our nation's youth from all walks of life.
Let's celebrate the incredible achievements of young people across Barbados.
Let's show up, show out, and support.
The National Youth Awards is more than a ceremony. It's a tribute to the resilience and excellence of our young people.
We're proud to honor the young visionaries, leaders, and changemakers who continue to shape a brighter future for our country.
So stay tuned as we continue to celebrate the exceptional youth across our nation.
That's all for now. But before we go, we invite you to check out our socials on the Division of Youth Affairs to see the nominees for the National Youth Awards in the 13 categories. The countdown is on. Remember to stay connected with the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Community Empowerment by calling 535-3835 or visiting us online. On Instagram, the Community Development Department at ComDev Barbados, the Division of Youth Affairs at DivYouth246, the Sports Development Unit at sportsdevelopment.bb, the National Sports Council at NSC Barbados, the Community Independence Celebration Secretariat at Community Independence 246, and the Barbados Youth Advance Corps at Barbados Youth Advance.
You can like and follow us on Facebook by visiting at Community Development Department, Division of Youth Affairs, National Sports Council, and the Community Independence Celebration Secretariat. Or feel free to speak with any of the ministry's officers when they're in the community, or you can visit any community center near you.
Thanks for spending time with us. If you missed any part of today's program or want to revisit past episodes, you can find them all on the Division of Youth Affairs YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay locked in for all of the latest. We'll see you next week. Bye.